Too much pattern paper? Is that even a thing? This video will make 3, count them, 3 fun fold cards from one piece of pretty pattern paper. Are you ready to create some crafts? I've got our 12 by 12 designer series paper, and we're gonna cut this at 4 inches. But I left myself a little note to share with you. When you have a one direction like this, for this particular fun fold, I'm gonna have you lay it horizontally to your body. So I'm gonna come here, line her up, and cut my 4 inches. But let's repeat. Now we have enough paper to make 3 fun folds from one piece of pattern paper. It does have to be double-sided, that I will tell you. So the next thing we're gonna do is score. So I'm gonna push my cutting blade to the top out of the way and get my scoring blade ready. I'm gonna come in at 2.5, there I go, and give it a little score, and then come in at 6 3/4. All right, so I've done that one, and we're gonna fold it back on itself. Can you see how it's gonna start looking so stinking cute? So let's put these out of the way. We're not gonna make these right now. The next thing you're going to do is you're gonna get some regular cardstock, and I used the Secret C. So you're gonna cut it at 5.5 by 4.25. Now I've got an option for you because this is our base. It's gonna be like a postcard. It's not gonna fold. The fun fold is going to be in our pretty pattern paper. So I've got an option for you. This is not a have to, it's an absolute option where you put your base into a embossing folder. This one for me is the Forever Plaid embossing folder. So I'm gonna emboss this for us, and you can see how pretty it is. One little tip and trick I do when I use this particular embossing folder, just to give it a little more flair, is I emboss it on an angle. So the plaid is not straight up and down or perfect, it's at an angle. So a little wonky, but a little more fun, a little more creative. So that is an option for you. And this is the Forever Plaid embossing folder. So now we've got our base, we've got our fun fold. So we need another piece, and that is another of the same color. So mine is Secret C, and this little baby guy is gonna be cut at 4.25 by 3 inches. Then I want you to get some white cardstock, and we're gonna cut 2 pieces of our white. 2, and I've got one right here because I'm gonna show you a trick to cut the second one. This one is gonna be 4 inches by 2 3/4. So I'll show you in advance. It's gonna be layered, and this is gonna be on the outside of the card and be some decorating. Now I'm gonna show you my formula to maximize your white cardstock for the inside of your cards. So you're gonna put the small, the 8.5, towards the top of your cutter. You're gonna cut this in half at 4 1/4. Now what I want you to do is put the long side, the 11 inches, towards the top of your paper trimmer, and we're gonna come in and cut it at 3.5. And then cut it again at 3.5. And then last but not least, at 3.5. And you're gonna have this much left over, and then you're gonna repeat it on this piece as well. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Kind of wonky crazy, right? But you will see. So this is all you have left over from that one piece of paper, and you have now made some layers for the inside of 6 different cards, and we're just going to use 3 of them today. Smaller than you're used to for the inside of your cards. If that bugs you, just don't do it. But if it doesn't bug you, look at the bang for your buck that you get. You get all these cards that go on the inside of your card. I hope you like my formula. Now, do you want this card tutorial before we even get started? Here's a sample of it. How cute is this? Look how it folds. Would you like this card tutorial? All you got to do is place an order with me, Dawn Davis, of at least 25 to receive this as my gift. Are you ready for step 2? I like to call it some assembly required. So what I want to do is some stamping. So let me bring this. I'm gonna bring in my craft sheet and all my little goodies to do some stamping. I've got a fun, little bit different stamp set for you, and this is it, Layered Thoughts. Look how wonky fun the sentiments are. All right, for stamping with this particular stamp set, you want to make sure you get all the ink in all the nooks and crannies, and then just center it, come in, make sure you're pressing in the middle, and then release. Cute! Now let's move this out of the way. That's gonna be for the front, but I said happy birthday. I'd like to do to you, happy birthday to you. So I'm gonna put this on the card that's gonna go on the inside of our card. Just something a little different, a little surprise, and we're gonna decorate that as well. Now, if you noticed I had my silicone craft sheet, that's because there's no built-in padding with our stamp set. It's polymer, so you need a little padding when you do your stamping underneath. Our next step, now that we've got our cute stamping, is to adhere it down onto our other layer, our matchy-matchy layer, to help decorate. So this will go on the front of our card. The next thing we want to do is adhere the designer series paper to the base of our card. So I'm going to put this down. Now, position this correctly. This is the front of your card when you've got the mountain on top and the valleys on the bottom, and then when you fold it together, you'll see the two sides of your pretty paper. So the bigger side is going to be at the bottom, like so. So I want to make sure that when you're doing glue, start in the bottom, because when I use glue, a blob always comes out of the bottom, and if I use it on the edge, the blob's going to get on the outside edge of my cardstock. So I tend to start away from the edge and drag the glue forward. You need glue all over, but you don't need a lot of glue. That's the secret to success with glue. I do love glue because it's so affordable. I use it for my card classes. Oops, and it's got a little wiggle room. Did you see when it first was here down, it was, dare I say this word out loud, crooked? So it gave me a hot minute to adjust it. Now what I like to do is lift this edge up so I see where my edge is, so I don't go too far on the wrong side and our card won't close. So I want it right up against the edge, but not on the edge. And adhere that bad boy down. Now this one is gonna be next. Are you looking at all these colors? Are you excited? Because it's on sale. It's all on sale, these colors. Florals in Bloom, 12 by 12 designer series paper. There's all the different patterns for this pretty paper. Here is the In-Colors. I'm using the Secret C for our card. And then of course the matching bling. What? So everything's on sale. And that's when I order products, and that's the secret to success, is always order when things are on sale. Now let me show you a little trick. Where are we gonna put the glue? I like to line up my card. I've kind of made sure I've got equal on each side, so I know not to put glue up here. So I'm gonna put some just inside where that card would be, and then I can finish up the rest. So that'll help you eyeball it, and if you'd rather use a tape runner for that, feel free. And you do your own comfort zone and comfort level. So I am eyeballing this just to make sure it's truly perfectly imperfect centered, so that when I open my card, it's gonna look like this. Now look how stinking cute this card is in the different color. I just fussy cut some flowers to adhere down to my card. So I'm gonna fussy cut this guy out. The secret to fussy cutting is move the paper, don't move your scissors. So that'll look stinking cute right there in the corner. Oh, I think I like it better up top. So I'm gonna put it towards the top, and then we'll add us some bling. So let's just add us a little flower and take a pick, and I'm gonna use the same. I had a runaway, did you see him? All right, so let's put this. Would that look good there? It actually does not look good there. So let's put it here, and then I've got a middle one. So I'm gonna put that right there. So cute. You could add ribbon if you want. I chose not to, but here's the card in this color. Here's the card in this color. And I'm just gonna do some assembly required and assemble some more with some more colors. So We've got this little guy. I did pre-do that, so let's adhere this one down. And this is gonna be our front part. So again, I'm just gonna do this and figure out how tall or wide I can do it, and then add more in the middle and center it. Ideally, you always want a triangle, and ideally odd numbers, 1, 3, or 5 for your card. So there's another color, and let's finish up with just strawberry slush. What? It's so stinking cute. Okay, so I'm gonna do it again. And then last but not least, we're gonna adhere the new strawberry slush layer down to the card front. Oh my gosh. Do you have a favorite color? Because, oh my gosh, I kind of can't decide. We could do that a little at an angle, so I think I will. It's not, oh, you know what I wanted to show you with this one? See how this is flat on the bottom? That's okay, and I'll show you how and why. Just put it flat on the edge of your cardstock, and it'll look very, very, very intentional. This little guy, I think I already put some glue up there, so I better cover it up with some flowers. I think it'd be cute to put a flower on the inside because we didn't do any stamping. So let's just add some glue, put our little flower down, and then some bling. Ooh, I'm gonna put it right there. So there's this color, and then where's our last but not least? So do we have all our colors? Almost, almost. All right, now you have to tell me which is your favorite color. This is, I gotta use my little cheat sheet. This is Strawberry Slush. This is Darling Duck. This is Secret Sea, and this is Timid Tiger. And all these colors are on sale as we speak. And I wanted to do a different sentiment on each card so you would see the versatility in this fun stamp set as well, the layered thoughts. I'll put all the links below. So just look, the supplies I used today. All right, you must tell me what's your favorite color. All these colors are on sale, and all the supplies I used today can be found on my online store. And check out the retiring products in the last chance section. I'll put the link below for everything so you can shop and order and take advantage of the sale for yourself. You want more cards that are easy to copy? The link is at the right of the screen if you're watching on YouTube, or go below to the description section and I will put the link below in the description section. Be sure to subscribe so you can find me again.